What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. Fatal Fury. Great weekend of boxing coming up as we have three of the biggest names in the sport of boxing fighting on 3 consecutive days. Ryan Garcia's headlining the card in Times Square Friday night. Canelo Alvarez is headlining a card in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Saturday night. And Inoue is headlining the card in the U.S. on Sunday night. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. But Ryan Garcia is going to be taking on Jose Ramirez. Ryan Garcia popped dirty for Ostarine in the system. That is a performance-enhancing drugs. You can't explain that away. All these Ryan Garcia fans out here trying to make excuses, trying to throw Victor Conte in the equation, talking about Devin Haney to work with Victor Conte, this, that, and the third. But Devin Haney, last time I checked, they ain't popped dirty for PEDs, but Ryan Garcia has. So that fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, where he got a majority decision. People try to make it look like he knocked out Devin Haney or he beat Devin Haney from pillar to post. That wasn't what happened. If it wasn't for the knockdowns, he wouldn't have beat Devin Haney. Devin Haney actually won more rounds than Ryan Garcia. But Devin Haney will be taking on Jose Ramirez in a very, very interesting fight because he did get his chin hit with left hooks on more than one occasion versus Ryan Garcia, and he was dropped multiple times. So is his punch resistance the same as it was before Ryan Garcia? Maybe was his chin always shaky, but it's just he wasn't facing the puncher of the caliber of Ryan Garcia in previous fights. Maybe that's the case. That's why this card is so very, very interesting, because a lot of questions are going to get answered in this card going down to Times Square, New York City. New York, stand up in the Big Apple. Very, very looking forward to watching this whole card that's going down Friday night. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. Now, as far as Devin Haney, he's going to be fighting Jose Ramirez at 144 pounds. It's going to be at a catch weight. Both of these guys are former world champions in the junior welterweight division, which is 140 pounds. They're going to be moving up 4 pounds. A lot of people saying why they not moving up to 147, because if Devin Haney beats Jose Ramirez, and if Ryan Garcia beats Jose Ramirez, which is the main event for this card Friday night, they're going to be fighting at 147 pounds for a world title in the WBA. So why is this fight at 144? Well, Devin Haney is being strategic. He said, I'm not going to move up from 140 to 147. I'm going to move up to 144, and then I'm going to move up to 147 in my next move, in my next fight. That's going to be my next move. So he's being strategic. He's moving up smartly. In his eyes, him and his team have got together and say this is the best course of action. So I can't knock him for it, and neither should his haters. But they're going to do it anyway. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. A lot of people think this is going to be a 50-50 fight. I hear a lot of people on these podcasts that I've been on saying that they believe that Ramirez is going to pull an upset. That Ramirez has a left hook like Ryan Garcia has a left hook. And the left hook and the left hand has been the kryptonite for Devin the Dream Haney. I say that a lot of those critics have they watched Jose Ramirez's last 3 fights? He's not the same fighter. Or maybe he was at 140 pounds too long, and the reason why we've seen the performances of Jose Ramirez, which was less than spectacular his last 3 fights, because he was weight drained. He'll be a little bit better version of himself at 144 pounds. So that's why I like this card, man. A lot of questions are going to get answered in all 3 of these fights. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. I just think that Devin Haney is just a better fighter. He's a longer fighter. He's got the reach advantage. He's going to go back to fight smart. He's not going to be in the pocket as much as he was in the Ryan Garcia fight, where he pretty much lived in the pocket in that fight. And that along with Ostarine, contributed to him taking a short-lived L in their fight last year. With all that being said, Jose Ramirez must come with pressure. He must close distance, because this fight's fought in the middle of the ring, and this fight fought Devin Haney's turns, which would be in the middle of the ring, it's going to be a long night, a long day at the office for Jose Ramirez. He's going to have to come in behind the jab. He can't just close this and look to throw big shots. That's not going to work against Devin Haney. That's not going to work against a whole lot of high caliber fighters, man. You got to come in behind the jab. I be watching a lot of these pressure fighters. I'm not saying Jose Ramirez is this fighter that I'm telling you about right now. These pressure fighters coming forward, ain't coming in behind no jab, just trying to walk somebody down and throw punches. You got to come in behind the jab. Classic example, Errol Spence Jr. He's a pressure fighter, but he's coming in behind the jab. He's doubling up on the jab to the body, doubling up on the jab to the head. You know, he's basically hitting them with a jab, and he's closing distance, and when we get there, he's going to the body. And that's what Jose Ramirez has got to do. He's got to come in behind the jab. Now, he does have a jab, but will he abandon the jab and get frustrated and start trying to just walk in the front door unannounced like a lot of these pressure fighters do sometimes when they are not able to get to a guy that's trying to keep them at bay with the right jab or the left jab and trying to control distance. He's going to have to stay consistent behind the jab. When he get there, go to work. And hopefully, in the second half of the fight, that pressure and that body punch starts to slow down Devin Haney. Then that's when you get close and start trying to land the left hook. That would be the game plan if I'm in the corner of Jose Ramirez. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. He must close the distance behind the jab. When he gets close, he must go to the body. He must not allow Devin Haney to tie him up. Devin Haney is a master of smothering his opponent's offense. Hopefully Jose Ramirez in this training camp has been working on breaking away from clinches. Him and his team got to work on that. He's got a good trainer in Robert Garcia. Hopefully they've been working on that in the gym because he's going to have to do that. Because if he's unable to break away from the clinches, then Devin Haney going to smother him, take the fight back to the middle of the ring, and once he's in the middle of the ring, he's at a clear advantage. Being the longer guy, he's going to be able to keep him at bay with the 1-2 jab, jab, right hand, left jab, right hand, occasional jab to the body, and basically pot shot Jose Ramirez on the outside. Devin Haney is a beautiful, beautiful fighter, and he has mastered his style. Very consistent in his style. He just got outside himself, and Ryan Garcia was in the pocket a little bit too long, and he paid a dear price with multiple knockdowns. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Now, I heard this ring is going to be a smaller ring, so this plays to the advantage of Jose Ramirez, I guess. You know, Golden Boy Promotion has 3 fighters on the card, and the way they set up this ring is one of the smaller rings. You know, you can request a bigger ring, or you can request a smaller ring, but it's all about the A side of the main event. Usually call the shots as far as ring size, and obviously Ryan Garcia felt that he could do better against Rolly Romero, which is a fight I'm going to break down in the next video, not this video. He felt he could do better with a short ring, or smaller ring, and Jose Ramirez is probably happy about that as well, especially when you think you're fighting a guy that likes to stay on the outside, a guy that likes to move, and Devin Haney. So we will see what happens, we'll see what transpires. But when I watched Devin Haney in the workouts the other day, Devin Haney seemed like he gonna be doing a little bit moving, but he ain't gonna be moving like he did in his previous fights before the Ryan Garcia fight. You know, Ryan Garcia fight, he was in the pocket way too much. I don't think he's gonna be like that, but I think he's gonna stand his ground with Jose Ramirez. He's gonna try to get Jose Ramirez respect, but he's gonna fight Jose Ramirez in the pocket on his terms, not Jose Ramirez's terms. I think he's gonna try to keep him on the side, on the outside at times, especially in the beginning of the fight. He's gonna try to keep him on the outside, establish the jab, try to take away Jose Ramirez's left hook, try to make Jose Ramirez have to beat him with the right hand, and that's gonna be a key to Jose Ramirez. He's gonna have to throw right hands in this fight. He's not gonna beat Devin Haney with no left hook, especially early on. Later on, once you done broke him down with body shots and establish your jab and hit him with some combination when you got close, in particular to the body. Once you wore him down, then you set up the left hook. He's tired, broke him down systematically with the body shots, then you come with the left hook. We need to see the version of Jose Ramirez that fought Maurice Hooker. If that version show up, it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. I still don't think that version beats Devin Haney at his best. Devin Haney that beat Regis Prograis, or the Devin Haney that beat Vasily Lomachenko. A lot of people say that was controversial. I had it 6'6", but he was in the pocket in that fight too. But he was fighting a much smaller guy, so I guess he felt that I'm the natural bigger guy. How I look out here, trying to box on the outside and stay away from a guy that's much smaller than me. And I think that's what we're probably gonna see in the Jose Ramirez fight. I think you're gonna see a version of as far as his style of fighting. I think it's gonna be much closer to how he fought Jose Lomachenko than how he fought, you know, Jojo Diaz and Gamboa and, you know, Linares, until he started trying to be in the pocket with him late in the fight, got caught with a big shot in the 11th round. I think you're gonna see much more of that version than the version of Devin Haney, that which really, if he fight this style, he probably can win an easy decision. But I think he wants to make a statement. I don't think he wants to just say, oh man, he won, he boxed, but it was boring. The crowd was boring, wasn't an exciting fight. Kind of like with Shakur when he had beat up Padley. You know, he got a lot of backlash for that performance because a lot of people said they fell asleep during that fight. So you don't want that to be the story of the Haney versus Ramirez fight. You want to say that he was able to dominate and beat Jose Ramirez decisively. And if that's the case, that's going to require for him to sit down on some punches, to be in the pocket, but on his term, and be aggressive in spots. And that'll contribute to him putting on a crowd-pleasing and dominating performance. So we will see what happens. We will see what transpires. But I like Devin Haney by decision. I like him to win this fight 9-3. I think he wins this fight comfortably. He's the better fighter. Skills pay the bills, as the great Floyd Mayweather Jr. said. And Devin Haney definitely got the skills. He definitely got the style. He's definitely consistent in that style to win, and win in a very scientific fashion versus a guy that's a pressure fighter, underrated boxer in his own right, but a guy that, in my opinion, has seen his better days. But we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Maybe it's the being weight drained at 140 the last 3 fights. He was a big junior welterweight, and I was thinking he should have moved up like 2 or 3 years ago and probably chased the Terrence Crawford fight when they both were with Top Rank. But he stayed at 140. He had a good thing going on in Fresno, California IA, and he continued to stay at 140. And he had some significant fights at that weight class as well, especially the undisputed fight with Josh Taylor, where he came up short after being dropped 2 times and lost a very, very close fight versus Josh Taylor here in the United States. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who you like in this matchup between Haney versus Ramirez? I got Ramirez by unanimous. I got Devin Haney by unanimous decision, 9-3. I think he takes away the left hook from Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez needs to be working on breaking clinches, and he needs to be working on the right hand. He's able to do that and come in behind the jab and go to the body. Maybe he makes this fight more competitive than I think it will be. But all that remains to be seen. But if you like Ramirez by stoppage, give me the round in the comment section. If you like him by decision, let me know that as well. If you like Devin Haney by decision, let me know. If you like Devin Haney by stoppage, which I don't see a lot of people are predicting, let me know that in the comment section. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard Briscoe. Follow me on Twitch, @Briscoe MA77071. Follow me on TikTok, @JB Sports New Media. Follow me on my YouTube channels, @JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, 9656, and @JB Sports 8000. And like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, and I holla.